Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kick Rocks Podcast, Two Drink Minimum. We are back after several weeks of quarantining. We're still recording remotely, but we recorded this one to get you guys all caught up on what your Kick Rock pals have been up to in recent weeks. So sit back, relax, have a drink with us, and enjoy. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kick Rocks Podcast, Two Drink Minimum. This is Bill.
Sergio.
Tony Marino.
James Malloy.
All right, we got there. Gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers.
Clank.
Cheers.
Clink. We're virtual yet again because we're still in the quarantine, in the middle of the pandemic. However, it's been a little bit since we've actually talked to you guys. So if you've been listening, you know how we started this lovely pandemic and what we've been up to. And now we're going to fast forward a little bit. We're going to get a little bit more current for you. Okay, with this episode, it's what we've been up to since then. Because we're coming at you. Not going to throw out exact dates here because who knows. But we're a little bit after the 4th of July at this point, and pandemic's still going strong. It just won't go away. But we're going up. We're going even stronger. Right, guys? I think so. I don't know. I'm doing okay. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah, all things considered, right? Yeah. So I mean, we're here to talk to you guys today about. Well, we're going to catch up ourselves because we haven't talked to each other in a minute, and we're also going to talk about what we've been up to during this lovely quarantine during this time, and if we've experienced any kind of media or entertainment out there. I know we're all scraping to find anything and everything that's coming our way to keep our minds busy. What we recommend and what maybe we should tell you to steer away from if possible. So let's get things rolling, man. Who wants to start off with what we've been up to?
I'll get started. So here in Chicago, in Illinois, what phase are we in? Is it 3 or 4? I get confused on the phases.
I think it's 3, right? Am I wrong on that?
I think we're phase 3. You're like allowed to go to bars. You're allowed to go do that as long as you're social distancing and wearing masks. Here's the experience I had literally this past Sunday. So you mentioned just past the 4th of July. I'll just go ahead and say it. Saturday was 4th of July. On Sunday, Rule and I decided for the first time to
venture out.
Exactly. Treat ourselves and venture out. Like we literally have been cooking all our meals, drinking at home. Yes, we've met up with people. We've had a few opportunities to meet up in a park. She's got a good friend, Liz, who we've gone and we've played soccer and like literally just kicked the soccer ball, in a park, things like that. And it's been fun and it's been nice. But we finally decided to venture out and we went to this new bar that just opened up by my house, a place called Recess. And she ended up telling one of her friends to come and meet us. So it was 2 other couples, and they did a good job there at social distancing. And like you had to wear a mask going in. Once you were at your table, you were allowed to take off the mask. But if you went to the bathroom or whatever, like you had to wear the mask. And they did a good job of making you safe. However, we went there. It was about 6:30 at night, and we were there from about 6:30 to 7:45, and the sun was going down. And I was sitting towards the sun, and there were like 3 people in front of me, so I can see their like basically silhouettes in the sunlight coming through. And this is going to sound so stupid, but it's like this was the first time where it really dawned on me of how much people spit when they talk.
Ooh.
Because the people in front of me, and these aren't people who like spit, like they're not like, they're just normal people talking normal general conversation. But like you ever like see in the sunlight where it's like, oh, I could see like this dust floating, or I could see this. I'm like watching these people talk, and every word that comes out of their mouth, all I could focus on, I probably look like a crazy person just staring at their mouths, because every time someone talks, I see chunks of spit spraying out. Some are like, just like a couple inches in front of them. A couple times there's like a glob of like spit just like going like far, and it kind of freaked me out. it really just freaked me out of this. It gave me this sense of, holy shit, no wonder we should all be wearing masks. No wonder they say, like, don't make sure you're wearing this in, communal areas and do your best to social distance and blah, blah, blah. Because just having that sunlight come past them and I can see it, and just general conversation of how much spit comes out of people's mouths really freaked me out. Sorry to open up this this podcast with that weird epiphany that I had, but like, man, us as humans, we spit a lot when we talk.
You heard it here first, folks. We spit COVID on everybody we talk to.
Wear your masks, people.
Yeah.
Wear your masks. It's gross. It's disgusting.
And that did that had to just ruin the rest of the evening, or were you like, we gotta get out of here now?
Rula kept turning to me and say, "Is something wrong? Are you okay? You're not talking much. What's the matter?" I'm like, I don't want to expose my face to anything right now because all these people around me are spitting like crazy. I feel like this is it was like a interesting, weird way of just realizing, wow, this is what the next year of all of our lives are going to be, where it's like there's going to be some who have extreme paranoia, some who are like me, where it's just like, I'm a little uncomfortable. I need to ease into this. And then you're going to have ones who are just going to be like crazy, like, I need to just lock myself in my home and not expose myself to anybody. So,
and we haven't seen Sergio since.
Exactly. This is the last time you guys are going to see me. I will be happy to celebrate 2022 with you guys. Until then, good luck.
Good luck. I'm out. See you later, guys. Yeah, it's weird, man. It is a weird time, and I feel like, anytime we're at a party, for at least the foreseeable future, and somebody so much as clears their throat, everyone's gonna like look quiet. You know what I mean? It's just a little. Everyone's gonna be like, COVID. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just gonna be in the back of everyone's mind. Oddly enough.
Not kidding, man. I had to sneeze earlier when we first got on, and I muted myself so nobody would be like, "Ooh."
Right?
Tony's got it, man. There's that stigma with it too, man. It's just it's weird. It's like, yeah, I don't know. What can you do except stay safe? And Sergio, what have you been up to otherwise, man? Like, what give us some positives. Give us some positive stuff. Some anti-COVID stories.
I will give one positive. Rula ended up buying us tennis rackets, and I had never played before, but I was I've long been a huge fan of ping pong. And I know I'm talking about two very drastically different sports.
When you eventually write your memoirs, Sergio, that has to be the opening line. I have long been a fan of ping pong.
I'm not gonna lie, I love a good game of ping pong. You show me a table tennis, I will show you a very happy Mexican. And so she loves tennis. She grew up playing tennis as a little girl, and she hasn't played much as an adult. And she's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna buy some tennis rackets. So she bought tennis rackets, and we recently went out to a tennis court nearby. And I had never played tennis before, and I just went in. I went in with all of my skills of ping pong, and I'm like, you know what? I got this.
It's a different game completely.
You have no idea. I honestly think I'm good. I was able to serve right away. I was able to do back and forth returns, and she was like, "Wow, you're actually really good at this." I'm like, "I know. I've been playing ping pong for 15 years." But yeah, so I am now a fan of tennis.
Nice, dude.
All
yeah,
right.
well, you're healthy, man. And the last time I won a tennis racket off of a radio station call-in from I had to know a movie quote, and one of the prizes was a tennis racket. So I got all excited and went to a court one day with one of my old roommates, and I died about 3 minutes in. Because I was like, you really got to move around. And as you guys know, I've been out of shape for a long time. So me, not so much that's like a full body workout.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing for Sergio Sampras over there.
Oh, Sergio Sampras.
Yeah, I found it fun and a good workout.
Nice, man. I'll take the reins if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, I got so first a weird story, and then I'll get into something positive I've been doing. So mostly I'm still still able to work from home. Office isn't open yet, so I've been still doing the home thing, which has been great. Spending time with wife and baby and dog, so all that good stuff. I recently was finally able to get a haircut, which is good.
Nice.
Needed one desperately.
Coward.
And I think we talked way back on that first quarantine podcast where I was like ready to shave my head. I was getting a little stir crazy, so I needed to get a haircut for sure. It was the funniest thing because I guess I don't know. I sometimes I just shut myself off or I don't pay attention to the news or something. I don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess. And I didn't know that those little temperature guns. Have you guys seen those where they like basically hold them to your forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hold it to your forehead and they take your temperature. And I either saw it and forgot about it or did not know that existed. Either way, when I walked into the haircut place, this woman walks straight up to me and holds this thing like it's a gun to my forehead, and I'm like, and I have no idea what it is. So I'm like, "Hi, I'm Bill. What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh," and she actually admits, she's like, and she before she answers, she just says like 97.8 or whatever, something like that, and I'm like, oh, it's taking my temperature. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little desensitized. I've been doing it. I have to do it to everybody that walks in, so I just do it. I don't say what it is because a normal person who's not me would just know what it is and accept it. But there's me, like I have no idea. I'm thinking it looks like a phaser from Star Trek or something, So
No,
I'm like,
that's weird. You don't have to apologize for this.
okay, cool. Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks, JT. I appreciate that. But yeah, it was just like she walked straight up to me and did that. And I was like, for a minute, I started to sweat. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Oh my God. I just want my haircut, please. Yeah. But anyway, after I was cleared to get a trim, I was good to go after that. But that was a interesting experience there. And I wonder if that's going to be the new norm, moving forward. We already talked about, people's paranoia. I'm wondering, before you enter certain restaurants or bars or any kind of public place that's going to be crowded, if they're going to do that, if that's going to be required. I think that's already happening in certain places where your temperature has to be taken before you walk in there. So I just wonder how much that's going to spread and how far that's going to go, because that was just a really weird, unique experience for me. But other than that, on the positive, I have been. Oh, we got a bike, an exercise bike. So I've been doing some biking.
Nice.
Indoors still. I don't have a real bike, but I'm looking to get one. I'm looking to be a real boy someday. So yeah, I don't. But I've been trying to do a little bit of exercise, get a little healthier. Nothing too crazy, but that's definitely a positive that I've started to be able to do here. So that's kind of good. I think. I don't know. Other than that, not much else. Just kind of laying low. Otherwise, doing a little grilling here and there and yard work. That's basically the amount of outside time that I'm doing. But yeah, other than that, man, just we're hanging in there. We're all hanging in there over here, doing good.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I am excited to hear that you bought a bike or an exercise bike.
yeah, Megan's idea, of course, right? And yeah, I'm glad she, we pulled the trigger on it. It was mostly, definitely her idea though to move things forward, because I was, of course, on the fence, like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll get one in a little while. And she's like, no, we're getting one now. And I'm like, okay, we're getting a bike now.
But really quick, I thought you already had a regular mountain bike or a street bike.
No, I really want one because I'd like to actually, go for a bike ride, especially in the nice weather. But actually, it's been so hot the last couple of days that
Yeah.
like biking in. I'll take the biking in the cooler basement. That'll work. That's fine,
Tony, you have a bike, right?
I do. I do. Jess and I have been riding a little bit. Recently, it's just been too hot to be out there in the sun. Um, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
some people can handle that, but we can't.
No,
So,
hell no.
we were gonna do one last night after the sun went down, but we were exhausted. So
I got to start handling it. Oh, I really got.
JT, you've got a bike, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
you're trying to set up
Dude,
some sort of biking event, Sergio.
Oh, no joke. I seriously am. I've had like
Jess and I did the river.
billion times.
Jess and I did the river walk like 2 weeks ago. It was nice.
Are you being serious?
No, I would have called you.
No,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, Sergio.
Well, it's been closed, but they so Rula, like, because Rula's been living with me since the quarantine because of the trip, but while she's been here, she ended up buying a bike from Target, and I'm so glad she did because like we've been doing so much of exploring of the city just because we're like, there's nothing else to do, might as well go for like these bike rides. And it's actually really fun to like explore, like just, hey, let's just follow these bike paths to whatever. And I started using this app called All Trails. It's like basically like it covers the entire world, and it shows you any hiking paths or biking paths and blah blah blah. And it's really really cool. And there's this for Chicago, there is a bike path that you can do. I want to say it's like 120 miles. This is me really trying to start convincing you guys to take up biking. And I think it'd be cool if we all just jumped on our bikes and decided to one day try to do over a weekend the 120-mile bike ride around the entire Chicagoland area, starting from downtown, looping over North Chicago, over to Schaumburg, down to Tinley Park, under Calumet City, and up along the lake, up to back to downtown. Are you guys interested?
I'm already tired
for that.
Already tired thinking about it. But
I mean, sure, but
yeah,
for
dude,
those
like,
in the home game,
that's something to shoot for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, let just to recap, I said, "Hey, all I have is a stationary bike." Then Sergio goes, "Let's all go for a bike ride."
There's 120 miles.
I used to do 15.
Screw Bill. Let's go for a.
Dude, I feel like that would be so fun.
That would be
something to think about, guys.
A bike ride. I'm down for a bike ride. I just do have to get the bike, so I'll let you know when that happens.
Sure.
All right, cool.
All right, Tony or JT, who's up?
I'll go.
Cool.
So, I might have mentioned before that we were trying to do some gardening because when everything else was shut down, for some reason, Home Depot's garden section wasn't. So, it's been super satisfying to see stuff start to grow. I mean, there's a handful of tomatoes coming out. These cucumbers are super, like, really tiny right now. There's some peppers coming in and some jalapenos and stuff. So, it's been pretty rewarding watching everything just sort of come to life. So I've been enjoying that. We've been watching these caterpillars that grow on parsley, like fatten up and then disappear because they're turning into butterflies. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's weird to be like 3 months ago, someone said, what do you think you're going to be doing this summer? And it would just be like, probably just barbecuing and having friends over and going places. And it's like, I'm worried about my tomatoes right now. Like, are they getting enough water? Are they getting enough sunlight? Like, this learning process is very interesting, but yeah, it's been pretty cool, so it's been fun. I don't know. Any of you guys got a green thumb or anything?
I try to, not with veggies yet. But we haven't, unfortunately.
You're like a pretty big lawn man, Bill.
I like lawns. Yes. Yeah. I like to try to keep them good. Working on my front right now. I got to do a little rehab on it. We haven't had a chance to get any. We usually get flowers. We just haven't gone to get them. I think we might be getting them soon, though, for at least for the rest of the summer. But other than that, no. I just got the rose bush in my backyard, and that's it. I do want to get. I'm very jealous of you right now because I do want to get a vegetable garden going eventually. So that sounds great for the future.
Started this year with just like this little guy of like a raised flower bed that we wanted to try out to see if we'd like it. Mm-hmm. And next year we might do something bigger in the landscaping or the lawn. But like, it's been cool. But like the rest of the lawn, like Jess has done like so much with flowers all over the place.
She's really good at it. I
Oh,
have to ask
she's
her
awesome
advice,
at it,
actually.
man. Like she knows
Yeah.
like what flowers need to get clipped so they come back better and fuller, and she knows to do this. And she planted like this full bed of wildflowers, and like there was some overgrowth to some of the stuff, and she's like texting the girl that used to dog sit for us that worked in a nursery, and they figured out what the overgrowth was, and she's like, we're pulling all this out, it's called a smart weed. So we were doing that today, and like she just makes the backyard look really good. So
Yeah.
it's been
Awesome.
it's been interesting. It's been distracting, you know what I mean? With
You need something
everything
like that.
else
You gotta
that's
have-
going on right now, you know what I mean? It's been distracting. So yeah, I've been doing that. And one thing that I did 2 weeks ago was my sister hosted a Black Lives Matter protest. That was really awesome. It was cool to see the community come out and be supportive. It was also terrifying when 3 dudes with rifles showed up to protest the protest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like the police were there and they blocked it off, and I felt fine. But a friend that I grew up with, it was my next door neighbor, Reagan. Her husband came, and he's an African American male, and he almost didn't come because he was so scared. And they brought their 2 kids, and they wanted him to speak, and he was scared to speak. He's like, I'm scared I'm gonna get shot. And like the crowd made like a circle around him to make him feel better, and then he started coming out of his shell and he spoke, and it was like the super beautiful moment, even though these hillbillies were over there with their guns, but at least they weren't screaming or talking shit or doing anything. But it was still one of these things where it was like, wow, this is very real. But all in all, like, it was a super positive, really beautiful experience. And 99.9% of the people there were awesome. It was just a couple fools that showed up and started acting like idiots. But yeah, it was good, man. It was really good.
Good. I'm glad that went smooth and as smooth as could be.
Yeah.
And no one was hurt. That's always yeah, that's just always it's rough when you get the people that want to protest the protest. That's when stuff can start getting a little bit silly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And it was like Gerard and Reagan had their 2 boys there.
Yeah.
And it was like these, Keegan's 5 years old, you know what I mean? And they were scared, and they were like, this should be something that they should be exposed to and be a part of. But like at one point, Keegan had like a megaphone and was like leading a chant, and it was like this awesome thing. It was just like, holy shit, this is actually happening right now.
That's awesome, dude. Really glad you went to it.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was cool to be a part of. And my old man was out there with his sign up and his "Make Racism Wrong Again" hat and his wheelchair just rolling around. It was awesome.
Hold up. Did you say your dad has a "Make Racism Wrong Again"?
Yeah.
Have I seen that? Did you post that anywhere? Where did he get that?
He might have it in a picture or 2 online. I don't know. He when the "Make America Great Again" hats all came out, he made sure that he got one that said "Make Racism Wrong Again."
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's Skip. He does his thing, man.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, man. You know what I mean? A lot of it's like, distracting ourselves from what's happening, or like, just turning off the news for a second, or having a brief moment to be selfish and be like, I'm not going to think about that for a few hours today,
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. And I think that, I'm glad you brought something like that up, because we haven't really talked about any of those instances, to a certain extent. I think not going to get political, not going to get really anything, but I think Kick Rock has always hated hate. So I think we could say that, we're not about hate. Hate's dumb. So
I'd agree with that.
So yeah, I mean, not to get we don't have to get too far into it. Everybody, I think, knows the things that are going on, and those who would, I think, use those movements for negative reasons and everything. There's just I think, yeah, if we had to, I don't think we have to make a statement, but I think everyone who listens to us knows that we hate. So yeah, right.
I love love.
I love love and I hate hate.
Love
so
love.
there you go. Yes, everybody love everybody out there. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, I think, for now. JT,
Yeah.
what up, buddy? Talk to us.
What have I been doing? I've been playing Minecraft a lot.
Sure. I think that's building stuff, right?
Yeah, I probably mentioned this on the last podcast, but actually, okay, I'm not going to lie. I was just playing right now. Now I'm going to stop.
What?
Get out of here.
Wait, JT playing video games at a Kick Rock meeting? Get out of here.
Oh, sure.
Come on, JT.
My buddy Phil was lost in a mine. He didn't know where he was. So I went to go help him and look
Time
for
to
him.
craft his way out of there. That's what it's all about.
I saw his just as Tony was finishing his story, I saw his little gamer tag like floating around in the middle of nowhere down in these mines. So I dug a hole to where his gamer tag was so he could find his way out.
Should tell him he just made the podcast right now. He's on it right now.
I'll tell him that I did that. So I've been playing a lot of video games, mostly Minecraft, but I'm starting to get back into my comic book again, and I'm starting to finally have an avenue for it where I'm kickstarting it. So
hell yeah,
kickstarting the Sapphire Spectre issue #1 special edition on August 5th.
Awesome. That's incredible news, dude. Congrats.
That's dope. I have some covers from some friends, like some guest artist covers. One is from a guy named Travis Starling, who I knew from Cold War. He's a really talented artist. He has like a Michael Turner, Kenneth Rocafort, Top Cow kind of style, for those of you who read comics and get that kind of reference. And then a very famous cosplayer named Kara Nicole, also known as Arizona Power Girl AZ. She and her husband, Alfred Trujillo, did a cover for me where Alfred drew it and she colored it. And then Kara is also going to cosplay Sylvia Sloan for me. And she asked me, she's like, "Are you married to the whole pants thing? Because I want to do booty shorts." And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So that's going to happen. That's going to be a cover in and of itself, is a cosplay version of it done by Kara Nicole, which is really cool. Then this girl, Hannah Blue, her Instagram handle is Hanarchy Design, Hanarchy. And she's done work for like flyers and album covers and such for like Teenage Bottle Rocket, Masked Intruder, like Lawrence Arms, like a whole bunch of pop punk bands and punk rock bands and stuff. So that's really cool. I hit her up because like we're fans of each other online and kind of friends on Instagram. So I hit her up to do a cover because I've been dying to see my character and her style. So she did one too, and it looks amazing. So it's like I've got Travis, I've got Kara's cosplay, I've got Kara and Alfred's cover, I've got Hannah, and then like a whole bunch of extra covers from me. And yeah, so this is all going to be like selectable options on the Kickstarter for like which cover you want and stuff like that. And it's called the special edition because I am adding just like 2 extra 2-page stories at the end of it. So it's going to be the first issue all over again, the one with the Haunted Hotel, the Congress Plaza. Yeah, so it's going to be cool. And then like Kickstarter is going to be kind of like my avenue from that going forward. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's awesome, man. You have to keep us posted on that, and then we'll, in turn, of course, you got to keep the millions upon millions of people listening to this podcast posted on that. But yeah, we want to share that information with everybody when that's ready to go, so they can support it, man. That's awesome.
Sweet.
I think we have time for some recommendations. If there's anything good or bad, who wants to jump off? Who's seen something lately or experienced something that is worthwhile?
I can't remember if I mentioned this yet on one of our last ones, but Jess and I just wrapped up the last episode yesterday of the current season, and it's a Netflix show. It stars Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, Grace and Frankie. I didn't think I was going to dig it. It's kind of like a modern Odd Couple type thing. Dude, I really, each episode has at least one laugh out loud moment, and that's enough for me. It's just cute and charming and just good. And like, I've dug Lily Tomlin forever. And her and Jane Fonda back together again, doing something is really cool. So Sam Waterston's also in it, Martin Sheen. There's a couple other younger people in it, but yeah, it's good, man. I'd say it's worth a watch to anybody that wants to try something a little different.
Very good. Awesome. Cool.
Awesome. If you don't mind me jumping right in,
Go ahead.
Rula and I literally just yesterday jumped in and watched on Netflix as well the new season of Unsolved Mysteries.
Ooh.
And I don't know if any of you guys remember that from the late 80s
Oh, we do.
all the way through the 90s. That was such a fun show. And the funny thing about us watching there's 6 episodes in this season. We watched the first 3 yesterday. And then to cap off the night before falling asleep, we're like, you know what? Let's see if we could find the old Unsolved Mysteries from the 80s, 90s. And Hulu actually has them all on there. So we decided to watch, it was like season 1, episode 3. Oh man, that was brutal. I remember loving that as a kid, but watching like the first season, like the graphics are awful. The acting for the dramatization stuff is just like terrible. It was actually kind of fun / funny to watch that show, what it was like back in the 80s, early 90s, compared to how cool, crisp, and entertaining the new version on Netflix was. So
We still have no fucking clue where this man is.
Exactly. So the one thing that I will say about the new show is they spend the full hour focused on the one story, opposed to in the 80s and 90s version where they basically crammed in 4 unsolved mysteries in one episode, which was like I never really realized how. Like it might not have been 4 every single time. The episode that we watched yesterday was 4, but I'm sure it was probably like 2, 3, maybe 4 unsolved mysteries in a single episode. So a lot of unsolved mysteries in the 80s and 90s. I guess cops weren't as good as they are now.
Yeah, technology's caught up. It's harder to get away with things now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why a lot of them are just solved. So there you go.
Yeah, that would be great if there was a solved mysteries show where it's just like I guess that would just be like a very happy show where like every problem gets solved at the end of the show. Yeah, I guess it would be an 80s sitcom where there's like no issues and father resolves all the issues by the end of the 30 minutes.
Yeah, you'd have like the Robert Stack character or whatever, just at the end just be like, if you or anyone you know, and then his phone would ping and he'd be like, never mind, we got him. You know, it would just happen right away. You know, somebody would tweet like, yeah, that's my neighbor. Yeah, I don't know. So.
Yeah, exactly. I made a status about this the other day on Facebook. I said like, it's just like it's so easy to fact check some stuff nowadays. Like,
yeah,
that's the
you know what I mean? Like,
you got to turn your phone off and enjoy it.
Yeah, there's going to be some article or something that's going to be written very soon that's going to be like 10 mysteries that were already solved from this show or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Wait, who hosts it again?
What?
Is there a host? I forget.
Oh, no, not for this new show. It literally just jumps right in. And
Word.
But here's the thing. I respect this for the editors where the intro for, it's the same intro for every show. They do this really like superimposed, like negative recreation of Robert Stack's like kind of silhouette as like a weird screen graphic that kind of floats by during the intro credits.
Do they use the same song?
Like, it's the same song,
nice.
But it's definitely been redesigned for the new show. But every once in a while during the show, you hear the music kind of play through for some point that they're trying to really like emphasize. All of a sudden, you hear the old like the piano keys go, and it's just like, oh, cool, yeah, that's the old. Exactly. It's like they'll do that for like a small key point, and it's like, all right, I respect that. They're not overdoing it. They're doing it in a very subtle way, but just enough to show they know where their true roots are.
Right.
Cool. Good.
Nice.
Definitely have to check that out. I'll go real quick. I finally got around to seeing Knives Out, and I really enjoyed that. A lot of fun. It's if you have Amazon Prime, it's free. So no excuses. Watch it. Good mystery. A lot of fun and pretty good humor in it too, and a great cast. The cast is awesome.
That was really good. I saw
Yeah,
that too.
and then another side mention, really quick. Hamilton. Hamilton just came out on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus and you haven't watched Hamilton yet, I got nothing for you. What's wrong with you? Watch it now.
I'm going to watch it with Laura pretty soon, actually. Yeah.
There you go. It's good. Very, very awesome stuff. So it's a great Broadway show, and that's actually what you're watching on Disney Plus. It's they filmed an actual one of the Broadway productions of it. So pretty fantastic. Is that it? Did we go all the way around, or is it JT? JT, right?
JT?
Oh, yeah. Well, just finished up season 2 of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yes.
And, that show is hilarious.
It is.
It's very good. It's on Hulu. I think it's actually on FX or something, but it's on Hulu. And season 1 and 2 are up there now. Who here has seen that?
Yes.
I have not. The girl who cuts my hair has been telling me I need to watch that show for like 2 years.
Yeah. Sergio, have you?
No, I have not.
Oh, yeah. Get on that. This is this Taika. I don't know how to say his name.
Taika Waititi.
Taika. Say it slow for me.
Right?
Well, now you're putting me under the gun. I believe it's Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
I believe it's Taika. Yeah, at least that's how I've heard people pronounce it. So if they're wrong, I'm also wrong.
Thor Ragnarok guy. That guy.
Yeah. Very good director, I think. Yeah.
Like we watched them all in a row where we watched the movie first, and then the one he directed and starred in, and then the TV show is based off of that, and it's not the same vampires, although they do make cameos in the last episode of each season. But so it's set in the same universe or world or whatever, because it's like the movie takes place in New Zealand, and it's like, and I guess I should say what it's about. Okay, so it's like mockumentary style, like Parks and Rec, The Office kind of like style of shooting where there's testimonials and then footage, and it's about vampires, like a world where vampires exist and they live underground and stuff, but they're all just it's just jackassery. It's played for laughs. It's just totally hilarious. And the movie took place in New Zealand and the show takes place in Staten Island, and there's like the characters Laszlo and Nadia are like lover vampires that live together, and then there's the other one whose name escapes me right now, and then his familiar named Guillermo, and then a guy named Colin Robinson who lives with them, and he's just this boring looking ordinary guy. The other ones have been alive for like hundreds of years, and this guy is just like a boring modern guy, and he's an energy vampire. So he just sucks energy out of people, so like he's the guy like they're explaining in real life, the guy who walks up to you in the office and goes, "Oh my God, did you see the game last night? That was something else." You know what I mean? Like where they're just sucking the life out of you, and that's literally what he's doing to people.
Yeah, it's
the others are traditional vampires. They drink blood, they turn into bats, they have mind control powers, all that stuff. But this other guy is just an energy vampire, and he's just kind of like a boring guy who lives with them. It's just, the show's really, really funny. And there was even a guest star in season 2 with Mark Hamill, where he was like hunting down Laszlo, one of the vampires, and then he has to like make a new life for himself. It's just really hilarious. There was even an episode where they summon their own ghosts. like they run into a ghost that had like an affair with Nadia in real life or whatever, and they tried to like attack it, and one of the guys just fell right through it and was covered in ectoplasm and stuff. So they go inside and they like do a seance to contact the ghosts of the bodies that they left behind to become vampires from.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, well, we're technically undead, right? So we have our own ghosts. They summon their own ghosts. It's hilarious.
Not complicated at all for a half hour.
It's really
story,
funny.
right? But no, it works though. It's funny.
Yeah, it's like, it's as smart as it is dumb too. It's one of those things where it's just, if it's a laugh, it goes for it.
Awesome. Well, there are your suggestions. So go out there after you listen to this. Go indulge in these things that we've recommended to you. You know you want to. Just do it. Just do it already. All right. That's going to be it, gentlemen. I think we can wrap it up now. And it's been a while, but Tony, do you remember how to do this, man?
I did not prep. I don't know. So thanks a lot for listening to Kick Rock's podcast, 2 Drink Minimum. Chicka chicka bow wow count out. Bye-bye.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of 2 Drink Minimum. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us and listening to us. And hey, having a drink and relaxing with us. We really do appreciate it. We hope you're all staying safe during this quarantine. And remember to download, like, subscribe to our podcast, comment right on our Facebook page, do all that good stuff. Communicate with us. We're bored. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been 2 Drink Minimum. We've been drinking, thinking, and talking shop. Cheers, everybody.